Oh, right, everybody. Guys, we're getting into the next one. It's already a few minutes in that we're hopping into this series, but nothing's happened yet. No sides lost anything. It is a TvT between Byun in the red and Kua in the blue. And Byun runs in, snipes the SCV on the command center. Little does he know, though, Kua is about to hit him. They've both opened up with these double gas openings where they get a quick factory and delay their expand. He snipes that and then darts away before the Cyclone can answer. On the other side, the Reapers come in. They wanted to get this snipe. They do manage to take out the enemy Reaper. I would go for the SCV and just pull out if I was Byun here. But Byun always wants to look for a bit more damage. He wants to get the Hellion. Oh, it's going to get out. 5 hit points. Oh, this is really bad, though. But for both of them, they're both having so long delayed on this base. Cyclone's out a little faster for Byun, which means he can push this back. Another SCV snipe. Now, is it worth losing 2 Reapers to delay for only a few extra seconds? I don't know. I know it's annoying if you're Byun. I know it's very annoying. And if he wants, he can trade. Just get the SCV. Oh, the SCV lands a drill. Oh, they do trade. But that, once again, delays the command center. This is so annoying for both players. Just going through this thing where they're both kind of building lots of units, but they're being so aggressive with them. For those who don't know, Kua is the reigning GSL champion. Byun is the guy who unceremoniously got bopped in the round of 16 and didn't look good at all there. But Kua, who was the online god before that GSL finals, hasn't been playing as many online tournaments, whereas Byun has been playing all of them and winning a lot of them. Now, the last few weeks, not as good as I think his first kind of rage-filled couple of weeks. Some of you might have been around for the match against Solar, where Solar said, "Good luck, have fun," and Byun said something like, "Shut up." That was his response to it. Now, he scanned and actually finished off that Cyclone with the lock-on, and he gets his Cyclone out. He has to scan, of course, to do it, but it gives him information. If you look at Kua's vision, he doesn't really know what's going on in there. It is very standard stuff. There's nothing too crazy. It's just that there's 2 Cyclones and 1 Cloakless Banshee, so a little bit more of a harassment squad to start. And that Hellion actually survives, funnily enough. So the Cyclones are going to poke the front. Tank, though, will create a no-go zone. Banshee on the back of the natural. Already grabs 1 SCV. It's going to rotate, and because your Cyclone's dead, oh, now we see why that scan was so worthwhile, because now he's got to use auto turrets and Marines, which are very shitty forms of anti-air. The Banshee, yeah, it takes some damage, but it glides out of there. I mean, Byun already doing a great job forcing lost mining time, picking off units, dances around where that turret is, scanning the natural. Byun says, okay, we can't get in there with my Cyclones, but I can definitely pick off another SCV or 2. Great micro. The way Q is like pulling away, he's trying to quick repair his SCV. Something you only see amongst the best players is quick repair. So this is something I've told people, this is like a technique you can do. If you want to do the lazy man's version, if a Banshee, a single one comes in your mineral line, you don't have anti-air, grab like half the mineral line and just right click it to just a point here, and then just put them all on auto repair. And they'll start repairing the SCVs that get attacked. And if the Banshee just keeps attacking like 1 SCV, it might get mass repaired and save itself. Now, that's a bit inconsistent because the SCV will keep moving, so it won't be repaired consistently. So if a pro does it, what they'll do is they'll see the SCV that the Banshee's about to target, and they'll already pull it here, hold position it, surround it with like 6 SCVs repairing it, so the SCV just never dies. And yeah, it costs you a bunch of minerals and mining time, but it's better than straight up losing the workers. Anyway, guys, enough about those little technical details. It's 46 SCVs for Byun, 41 for Kua. And Kua sneaking his way around the south side of the map. Look at this. Byun's not expecting this at all. Oh, this is, if he gets the 3rd command center, that's huge. Oh, he's going to get it for sure. Look at this. He's expecting an army down here. And he's like, oh, wait, you don't even have an army here? He was like, oh, cool. I don't even need to do anything crazy. I've got the position. That 3rd command center will not get up. It's your job to engage into me, bro. Bro, what do you got, man? Okay, he sees the tanks on siege. He postures. He's got to go for it. Okay, Q is going to try and spam out auto turrets. Byun does get a bunch of them down first. And he gets his tank siege. Nice interference matrix for Byun. I think Byun might be able to barely keep this up. Oh, he catches a rallying tank up in the north there for Kua. Guys, we are on the Korean server, so there is a little bit of those stuttery lags. You see exactly what I see in that regard. Okay. Auto turret's going to come down for Kua to take some of those siege tank shots. He's got a lot of Marines and a Cyclone. He kills the Raven. Oh, he's going to do it. 1 more auto turret will seal the deal. He's going to clear that last tank with that auto turret. And he's got 2 Marines in red, 1 Viking. Oh my god, Byun! Oh, he's trying to repair it. Oh my god. Dude, somehow Byun hangs onto his command center. What the hell, dude? Oh, so yeah, back on our story from earlier, basically, after getting eliminated from GSL, Byun was like really angry. He was like rage queuing tournaments and he was crushing them. Like he was killing everybody. It was actually really cool. Yeah, telling Solar just to shut up and then just absolutely rolling over the top of him. When Solar naturally is Byun's hard counter. Like historically, Solar shuts Byun down even when Byun's doing really good. There's a few big times where Byun's changed that story, but for the most part, Solar is like his antidote, you know. And of course, I think that was the series where Solar actually got a second nuke to the face in that series. It was just like the Maru nuke, but it might have been even bigger in that one than the Maru nuke. It was kind of ridiculous. So what a series that was. Shame it was only in like a weekly cup and not in a big grand finals of like a season or anything. It was still super sick. Okay, scan up there. All right, we got Marine stimming out to try and engage. Kua says no. Remember, Kua kept 2 of his Ravens alive. He's repaired them back up. They've got energy gathering. Marine count right now is definitely ahead for Byun, so he can try to flank this army. And he does get spotted. The scan sees what he's doing. Stims forward there. He's going to grab a tank and then get out. Auto turrets punish him a little bit. He loses a few Marines, but that Raven energy takes a long time to gather up. 4th command center in the north. So both players are expanding in my favorite TvT pattern, guys. I do this on every map as well. The reason is you're basically defending your main base from doom drops simply by controlling the area in front of your 3rd and 4th. So it's a natural way of kind of, you attack in front of your 3rd and 4th, you defend your front bases, but you also defend from that doom drop. Whereas if you expand along the top of the map, that main base doom drop angle gets very scary, and it's such a frustrating way to lose games. Well, Kua could not find the command center of Byun. Byun can find the command center of Kua. He's got to restart that from scratch. That is a big bummer. And now Byun actually has the advantage in that regard. Kua's up 4 SCVs, but it's pretty similar. Armory's almost done for Kua. Byun, does he have one? Yes, he does. And oh my god, he started his attack before his armor. Byun not doing the famous Byun move of starting armor and forgetting attack. Oh, kill the depot, bro. Oh, yeah. That 1 SCV will live to fight another day. In terms of unit count, heavier tank count by 2, 13 more Marines, both for Byun. Kua, though, up 3 Vikings and still has both Ravens. So Kua is naturally going to play more of an air control style. He's building a few medevacs right now, but I think it's very important for Kua to go back into Viking production and to hang on to that count. Because Byun's adding Vikings, if he gets air control off you when he's already got a bit of an edge on the upgrades, the Marine and tank count slightly ahead, could be a little dicey. You always want to have an advantage in StarCraft, right? You don't have to have every advantage, but if you can have one advantage, like Vikings, you can really focus on defensive tank play, you can really slowly siege your way forwards, make your way to Ravens, Liberators, whichever one you prefer there. Ooh! Oh my god, crazy dive from Byun. You know what? He actually gets big tank volleys, bigger than the ones that Kua answers with. And he's like, dude, I know you want to take this 4th. I'm not going to let you get it. I've got a force up there denying the other 4th base. And he's like, come on, come take bad fights into me, bro. Oh, he lands a few big tank volleys once again. And a couple of very big tank volleys. He will win that siege tank duel there. Surprising Kua didn't drop an interference matrix. This is the sort of scenario when you're fighting on the edge like this, where I think an interference matrix just on the lead tank, put 2 of your tanks sieged in range of it, a good way to make things work. He's going to think about dropping the main. That will not work. Kua absolutely expects this maneuver. Great volley there for Kua. Leaves some Marines on the field. Marine in the top says, no. And Byun, as long as Kua micros those Marines. And you can see he looked at it. He selected them. They're going to pull back for now. 2 more starports are on the way for Byun. Byun has a 5th command center on the way as well. Whoa! He's going to try and break it as Kua. Great interference matrices. And I think that's a good break there. He was saving it for one big... I was like, why not use an individual interference matrix? Kua was like, I want to use all 4 at once and break the position. That's why. Attacking the top will come in. There's 2 tanks and some Marines, so he could get a few SCV kills. I mean, he can't hold this position. Obviously, when Kua brings his Marine mass down, he can just stim on this, and he will do it now. But Byun's going to try and make him pay for it. Gets a few SCVs, sets a gas on fire. And another army on the bottom left as well is going to come on in. Oh my! He goes after the planetary. Now that's a very risky maneuver. He's going to go for the SCVs. And he gets it. Oh, but wait, Kua's got him. Oh my god. Byun overextended. Byun's overextended, guys. Byun had the lead for a long time, and he's building a bigger economic lead. But Kua realized, hey, you can't throw away this much army and still win the game. His Marines on the top do rally in. 3rd command center goes down. Kua gets the armory, gets the command center, gets a bunch of SCVs. He does take some big tank shots, but that means this base in the bottom is also cut off right now. Byun's going to rotate. He's going to try and push through there. He says, well, if you push me, I'll push you. But his tanks blocked his Marines, and so he might barely get rid of the tanks. I don't think he can hold this position for too much longer. He's not in range of the command center. There's tanks there. Byun, he's in big trouble right now. Kua fighting back from behind. And dude, Kua just playing such defensive and reflexive StarCraft. Byun with the dive on the planetary. Did he catch Kua out of position? Yes. If Kua sat back, that would have paid off in the long term. But Kua realized he'd sacrificed a lot of Marines and tanks, and he said, no, grab my army, shove through the middle. It was a wounded army of Marine tank. But Byun, his army was overextended on the bottom and the top, and he forgot to control the center, and Kua just shoved up the guts and took him out. The Marines there, unable to breach the natural. Now, it's not game over. Byun still has 4 bases up. Kua only has 3 right now. Viking Land does take out all of those tanks, though. Very nice. Only 3 tanks out versus 10. If Kua can bring his army to bear together at the front, he could probably isolate another one of these bases. Oh, double drop on the high ground. Byun's going to stim in on the siege tanks, but he's losing control of his tanks on the high ground. Oh, that tank, though. The tank is actually going to clean it up very nicely. And at least one of those medevacs goes down. Oh, a lot more medevacs go down. Okay. Has Kua now overextended, potentially? Right now, armies. Massive tank advantage for Kua. But more Marines and medevacs for Byun. And Byun's 3-3 is about to kick in. If Byun can catch these units in the open, it'll be good. His problem is he's got no map control right now. He has no idea where Kua is. He's going to have to just stim and fight, I think. And, oh, you know what? 3-3 just kicked in for Byun. This is a really bad fight for Kua. 3-3 just kicked in. It just kicked in. I think that was a good fight for Byun. But then the tank volley says no. Oh, man. Okay, you got to be so careful as Byun. He does get a good tank shot off. He's going to try and abandon this position. He's like, dude, I need to just pull back for now. Oh, he thinks about boosting on the tanks? No, there's no way. There's no way. Byun, you got to unload. Let these units heal up. You got to let these units heal up, bro. He scans. He sees the 4th base has just landed down there. That's actually the main of Kua. I think Byun trying to figure out, dude, am I ahead? Am I behind? Like, that many tanks means I'm dead? But he's trying to hang on. He's getting a few big tank shots. No, not like this, Byun. No, you can't attack on that angle. He gets 2 tanks, but he takes a big volley. I don't think that was the fight he needed. I think he needed to get around and cut off the rally. I think that was his only way of doing this, but you can see he's hesitating. He's trying to split a drop to hit the 4th base. He's going to try and just fall back little by little. He's trying to stim in, pick off the tanks, but Kua's too methodical. The tanks are covering each other. There's always at least 1 or 2 tanks sieged, and I think he needed to cut off the rally. Because now that Kua is able to rally this base, yeah, his drop will do good damage, but he's shoved back. And if he's fighting into the tanks front on, he is doomed. Kua with a methodical tank spread, a leapfrog forward. He gets some great moves off. There is still a tank there. And another tank on the high ground, but Byun is going to lose control of his natural. That 1 Marine drop needs to kill basically a whole bunch of Kua's bases. It will finally get in there. Quick response from Kua. It's hard for 8 Marines to take this out. There's more Marines coming that way. Tank here does get a few good shots off for Byun. Looks like this command center will die. Or will it? Mass repair? No. Too late. Tanks here slowly cleaning up units. Liberators are trying to stop him. Oh no, his units are rallying to their death. Byun, stop rallying down the ramp, bro. Oof. And that single Viking says, hello. I can kill your liberators. Beautiful play this game. Bye. Oh, man. Ow. Ow. Oh, Byun's dead. Byun is dead, guys. Q has managed to hang on. He's managed to do it. He's going to float his natural. So he's only got 2 command centers, which is, of course, I guess the one reason there's hope for Byun. But I don't know, man. It's equal upgrades. Still 12 tanks to 3. And 12 tanks to 3 is totally beatable if you've got map control. If you don't have map control, it's so hard. Not even going to stim down for this one. Good choice. Base on the left is going to get sieged. Now that's going to be hard. He's going to have to try and lib siege it. And get his tanks on this, but that planetary is toast. Oh no! Marine drop goes back in, it gets cleaned up. Byun has to go across the map. He's going to lose all these SCVs. They're hiding, cowering. But the man with the gun has absolutely no respect for the sanctity of the SCV life. He's going to go forward and take them out. One last ditch push for Mr. Byun. But I think Kua outnumbers him on the Marine count, or is close to even at the least. And these tanks here, he's expecting Kua to run into the natural, I think. That's what he's kind of worried about right now. Command Center floats down there. Marine finds it. And that one Marine alone has kind of checkmated that base. That base can't mine right now. Oh, it looks like a good fight for Byun, but when the tanks siege, he has to run away. He knows his Marines cannot fight in that tank fire, and even there, they still end up going into it. You stray into that many tanks for a moment. And where's your Marines? Well, apparently he's still got a lot more Marines right now, so maybe that was a good enough fight. He's up 26 army supply? And remember, the worker count's not that big because there's only 2 command centers. Oh my. There's still 12 tanks for Kua though. Scan. He's like, where's this army, man? Kua does not... Byun doesn't have many scans to work with. He's still got this base mining up here. He's going to stim on forwards and try to take this out. Kua trying to pull back, but he's going to lose this base. And that's his only fresh base right now. The tanks of Byun are sieged. And he's going to try and engage into this as Kua. Byun needs a scan there. He does drop a scan. His tank line does pretty well. Picks off a few Vikings. He does stray into the tank line. But he's actually... It's a really good fight for him. Kua is actually... I can't believe it. I was like, Byun's dead, Byun's dead, Byun's dead. Well, Byun's not dead, pig. It's not over till it's over. There's such power in how you take these engagements. And both players are on such a budget. There's barely any sensor towers. There's one up here, none anywhere else. There's no spotting. There's very few spotting depots. There's very few spotting Marines on the map. I mean, everything is being used in every single engage. And after that, it's so drastic, the advantages and disadvantages. Pops a Marine volley on the disengage, but I think still worth grabbing those 2 tanks for Byun. Gets a Viking. The Vikings of Kua trying to provide space. He's going to lift his command center to a new base, but he's on 1 CC. 1 orbital versus 3 guys, and the 3 orbitals does win out in that fight. Now, he's going to try and push across the map. Is Kua? It's that dicey, dangerous maneuver, but he's outnumbered, man. Yeah, Byun can just overwhelm all of this, and Kua is toast. No way. Dude, when Kua got him sieged in his base, I thought Kua had it just because he'd separated his bases, but those 2 edge bases just kept mining, and Byun survives. All right, guys, an amazing comeback for Mr. Byun, representing the Shopify Rebellion. His opponent in the bottom left, it is, of course, Dragon Phoenix Gaming's Kua. Now, they're both actually SCV scouting despite doing 1 gas openings. Do we let him in? You notice he doesn't want to cross the depot because he knows he'll get locked inside. And the factory goes down in front of him, so Byun's like, no worries, you can see what I'm doing. Byun, on the other hand, the depots weren't positioned.
Command center upgrade.
Kua, of course, is on the bottom side, so he needed to leave space for his add-ons. And wow, Reaper's straight into Reactor. So Kua is going to go Mass Reaper Hellion opening, guys. Whereas Byun's going to go 2 Reaper into either a quick Cyclone or a Hellion and then Cyclones. So a bit more of a standard build for Byun. Whereas Kua, we expect to be a lot more aggressive. Now, he has pulled off gas. He's still going for the command center. But some of you guys who've been watching my stream for a while would remember that I used to do like a Reactor first, non-stop Reapers, Hellions, and a Medevac. This is kind of the same thing, but with an expansion. It's not nearly as committed and as all in. And there is indeed a Hellion on the way. Reactor will go down now as he hits 50 minerals for Byun. Oh, damn. Thank you guys for the love. Going to give you guys some proper shout-outs after the game. Big thank you, Aaron, Blue, and MTA World. Oh, damn. Converting from Prime to a Tier 1. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Starport will go down. And see there, the quick tech lab. So he's going to swap that factory. So it was actually a tech lab, not a reactor. But here you go. See Reaper and Hellion pumping. Pulls the mule off so it doesn't waste 25 minerals, mining an extra load. Starport's on the way there as well. Someone in chat says, cricket is silly. That's true. It's not like when you're like a manly Terran. You're out there in space and you're fighting. You got your flamethrower cars, and these guys have jetpacks and 2 pistols, P45 Gauss pistol, and this is a SCV. SCV stands for something construction vehicle and space construction vehicle, and here's a starport. They build flying spaceships, and it's cool. It's a cool. We're playing a very serious game. It's a war game, and it's much more serious than your stupid sports balls. I agree, Twitch chat. I agree. For some reason, that one got cut off, so we'll have to replay that one in a little bit. Banshee on the way. Cyclones. Double cyclone. That's very good at shutting this down. Banshee as well. Just don't want to get caught too much on the map. You got to be careful watching. There's so many Reapers. The grenades can get a little out of control. The Banshee coming across will run into a defensive cyclone for Cure. Here we go. Good pullback. I think you see 2 cyclones and you're immediately like, nope. And look at that. Just tells it to repair. Byun, such a Chad. He doesn't even queue it back to mining. He just tells it to repair. Byun doesn't believe in queuing commands up. Raven, tanks, marines, all on the way. No 3rd command center for either side, so both sides are really hitting their marine production. Sorry guys, Banshee just came in, but the Cyclone will put an end to it. 4 SCVs is not too bad. I think that's acceptable for Byun. Cure though. Guys, he's been hitting his marine production pretty hard. They both have Cure's up 2 marines right now. 2nd tank is already out though for Byun. Definitely gives him an advantage in the tech unit count. Both sides have a Raven. Byun's 2nd Raven a little behind. So the 2nd one's about to pop out. And Byun wanted to harass, but I think seeing those units, he's decided to go home. He's got 2 cyclones in the middle of the map. He's got to be careful. So Cure's going to distract with these units, is he? And then... oh, this is a really interesting setup. The Raven sees these guys. Oh, this is very good. Raven, to the high ground, bro. Yeah, get away from that cyclone. I think you know you're under threat right now as Byun. This just looks so suspicious. The way Q is moving his army around, you're like, oh, what the hell is this, bro? What are you up to? 3rd CC is out there. 3rd CC here for Q. So they're both just massing units. They're trying to fight right now. We'll see how it goes. Got 2 Vikings pumping at a time. Factory as well. Q is just looking for a good skirmish. He's looking for the opponent to stumble in. And he gets it. But you know what? Hellion, pretty solid unit there. It takes 3 tank shots to go down. Tank's much more powerful versus armored than light units in terms of damage. Yeah, very necessary scan there for Byun. Once you're skirmishing at this stage, guys, you basically stop muling. Notice he's got a mule saved up. He's not dropping it because he knows he's got to keep track of where this army is. Now, who has more Vikings? It's pretty close, but as the next 2 Vikings come across for Cure, he will be able to win that trade. Gets a tank shot on the Marines. And 1 Viking for 1 Viking, but the Viking is damaged for Byun. The extra 2 coming out a little bit quicker here for Cure, but much closer rally for Byun. So they're pretty much even on Vikings the entire time. Oh, auto turrets. Auto turrets are going to help. I think Byun wins this fight. Does he, though? He's focusing the Ravens, not the Vikings, down. He keeps two Vikings alive. He's going to lose a depot. That's not the end of the world. I think he'd rather lose a depot than these tech units. And he's actually going to move down the right side. Oh, he actually finds a siege tank in the open. He will lose 1 Cyclone there. But, dude, Q are trying to push up that right. Does kill 1 tank. He's going to make it 2 tanks with the power of the interference matrix. And what odd positioning we've got here. Byun's like, dude, fuck off. Get out of my territory. And Q is just making it really difficult for him to take his 3rd. Meanwhile, his 3rd's floating out. His macro's a little smoother. Notice there's no SCVs building for either side right now. They are locked in a fight. And they've both committed so much to this point in the game that whoever wins this fight is going to get a very big advantage. If you can clear their tanks and Vikings, I mean, this could be pretty huge. Right now, though, Byun's got to be angry. The tanks aren't sieged, though. He gets rid of the Raven. Nice interference matrix and that big arc of Marines. My lord, that was a good angle. And Cure overstayed his welcome. He should have been sieged up. If he was going to be this far forward on the map, he absolutely should have been this sieged up. Ooh, okay, nice tank ambush. Gets a shot off. The problem is, he's just got so little support. Cure is going to have to pull SCVs to defend this army. And I think he should already know that. He's trying to pick off the air units, which is very cute. Oh, Byun! Look at that. Byun pulls just outside of tank range, but oh, his vision ran out. Oh, that's a bummer. The Raven and the Viking do run away. Marines with Stim and a Cyclone. Gonna make this kind of uncomfortable for Q, who's still Raven hunting. He's gonna get it. He gets it. Does he though? Does he though? The auto turret. He gets it. He gets it. He gets it. He's like, this is okay. Byun doesn't keep running the Raven away. He kills a whole bunch of Vikings. Hey, Chad Gamer. Chad Gamer. That Viking abusing the ledge there.
Yeah, I said in basically Clem. Memeling equals Clem. That's right, Dave.
Thank you very much for the love, guys. Appreciate that. Oh, no. Okay, Cyclone does go down there, guys. Cyclone does go down. Okay, tanks, Marines, rotating around the right. Oh, Cure. He's been scanned. He's got to stop. He's got to turn that around. Yeah, he unloads just outside of the scan vision, does Cure. So he pretends he's going across the map, and that actually scares Byun into going home, but Byun does the same thing. He picks up a drop as well, so they're both kind of threatening drops, scanning that the other guy's doing it, and then just unloading them ahead of time. This is, mind games galore here. Well, Byun's still got a much scarier army, but where is his combat shields? It's finally about to kick in. Combat shields is done, of course, for Cure. And okay, I was about to say, where are his barracks? He's got 2nd and 3rd barracks there, 4th and 5th barracks finishing up. Armory's there as well. Instantly starts 2-2. Reactors going down. So Byun's up to that full 2-base production. Now, he's obviously got a 3rd base. So a 2nd factory, 4th command center, starports, all that stuff will come down eventually. But right now, just pumping Marines, tanks, and medevacs should be probably the goal. Not sure who's going to try to take control of the skies. Neither player focusing on it right now. Byun has a leftover Viking, but Byun's only building Marines right now, and that's kind of puzzling. Okay, tanks and Vikings, so he's going to focus on the Viking control while Cure has swapped over to full medevac. So Byun's actually the one swapping into the slower game this time, despite having a little bit of a Marine advantage, bit of an upgrade advantage, and he's just got a momentum advantage in general, doesn't he? And he finds the base! Oh, the army does come down here for Cure. Byun decides to fight it. He gets the tank before a shot gets off. Very good trade here for Byun. If he can get SCVs as well, that would be huge. Gets a couple of SCVs. Time to leave. Oh, okay. Barely gets in and gets out. He's going to unload in the main just to be annoying. But his boost is used, so that means this is a one-way trip. He couldn't pick up and leave there because of that. He tried to get cheeky and get away with it. Now both players have sensor towers. Viking does spot. Byun has the tanks on the high ground. Goodbye 5 Marines. And he's going to also stim some of his Marines in. He gets a tank, except he doesn't. It survives. So it's like a good position for Cure. Byun. Hello, Byun. Byun didn't move his tanks up, guys. He's going to dive on the enemy tanks. And I'm not sure. It felt like that was a bad move. He's got to bring these tanks over here. He doesn't want to give up center control. But it's like, hey, if you've still got to defend the side that he's actually pushing on. So Byun looking for that advantageous position. Tank sieged up in the middle. Oh, he's going to try and stim after that. But look at that. Hot pickup in the medevac. Gets it out of there. 4th command center turning into a planetary on location. 4th command center for Cure, who's been a little more on the back foot, is going to be floating that one out. So he's a little behind in those regards. The thing is, does it matter? He's actually up in supply now. Where's the 2nd factory? Only now starting for Byun. Q's is already finished, yeah. So Byun's been using his attention to try and break the opponent, find advantages. Hasn't really found it yet. Oh, this is a bad angle for Q though. The tank siege a little bit quicker for Byun. Byun does spread and pull his Marines backwards. Drops a nice scan, and he will kill that tank as well. Vikings do push forward. I don't know when Q grabbed Viking control, but he's done it. He's got 6 medevacs and 6 Vikings. And Byun's going to keep pushing forward. He's trying to siege up once more. And 2 Vikings and a tank will be a nice kickoff there for Byun. He's going to siege his tanks nice and far forward as well. And the spread on the Marines is actually really good because it means those Marines tank so that the enemy siege tank, if it's not target fired, which Q did at the end there, then it will actually shoot the Marines instead of the tanks. And if you just have a few Marines spread in front and then allows your tanks to get an extra volley off, you can win the tank fight that way. So just handfuls of Marines being spread in front very regularly for Byun to do it. And it feels like Byun's got the momentum. And after an absolutely insane comeback in game 1, he's going to take down the GSL champ. Honestly, every single week I'm casting his games and people are saying, why are you saying Byun's good? Why are you hyping up? He's so fucking bad. And they're like, Q is so good. He's the GSL champion. And I'm like, I know there's a lot of you who don't watch that many online tournaments. You only watch the big ones. But guys, I think this one is a case in point as to how much of a beast Byun is. Doesn't matter if you're the GSL. Well, okay, fuck me. He just screwed this fight up really bad. I'm like getting us ready for the victory screen. I'm like, GG is gonna happen any moment. It's game over. Cure somehow pushes him out of that situation. The Liberators come forward. Byun, I think, got a bit too cavalier with his Marine rally. Now, Byun has a 5th on the way. He's got 3-3 on the way, and he does salvage his tanks. If he lost all those tanks, he would have lost a lot of map control. That would have been real nasty. And the Liberator tries to get a tank, but a hot pickup for Byun. Liberator barely gets out in the red. So, very even in terms of economy. A little bit of an army advantage for Byun. He's down 2 tanks, up 15 Marines. He's got air control right now, though, and his 3-3 started. Marines coming in with a bit of a flank. They don't want to overcommit, though. And he's going to continue to come in bad fight for Cure. Oh, very bad fight for Cure, I think. Byun getting a fully fledged excitement in his pants right now, and he is going to actually find the money. Beautiful line of tanks down here. The Marines finding their way into that base. 14 SCVs. I don't think he can get the command center, but even more pressure being applied here. Unfortunately, his Marines are rallying through the siege tanks one at a time. Byun's got to be careful. He's not going to get that command center unless there's no SCVs pulled for it. Cure does hang on for now, but no counter pressure at all. Undefended base here. Undefended base. Cure has to tap out, and Byun taking down the reigning GSL champ with an amazing comeback in game 1. GG, well played.